So today I want to talk about having a one fuel system for your survival items for cooking, lighting, and heat. Now, there's nothing wrong with having alternative methods and having multiple ways to cook, keep yourself warm, give yourself light. I am a fan of propane. Now here's the reason why. Alright, now everybody's entitled to their own opinion, all points of views. Some people like the propane butane combos. Some people like to work with butane. Some people are battery operated people when it comes to lighting and stuff, which I am too. I like battery operated light also. I keep battery operated lanterns, flashlight stuff. But as far as having a one fuel system is a great idea, guys, because there's nothing better than being able to stock one fuel source and be able to get a cheap, affordable one that works everything at one time. When everything you see right here, right in front of you here, this is what I keep in a tub in my BOV. It normally is, well, we're in the truck right now, back in the truck, but I'll show you guys where it normally all goes in a minute. So, anyway, now, these cylinders right here are cheap. You get them at Walmart for about $6 for a 2-pack. It's fairly cheap. Now what's nice about these is this setup also is these things you can find anywhere from Walmart to hardware stores, the Home Depot, everywhere. Even supermarkets sell these things. So in an SHTF scenario, your fuel is very easy to come by if you run out. That's why it's a great benefit for that. It's a little easier to find than the butane propane mix setups that you need for the canisters for the stoves and stuff. It's a little easier to find, and it powers all this stuff. Alright, now I talked about this once or twice before. This is a classic Coleman tool burner stove, a tried and true design. These things have been around, I don't even know how long, forever. I've had this forever. I keep it pretty clean considering its age. Alright, again, runs off the cylinders. These things now that you can get a cheap one off-brand probably for around $40. The good Coleman ones like this are around $70, $80. But it's worth the money. It folds up real flat. See if I can show you guys here. I mean, look. That doesn't take up much space. Easy to keep in your house. I keep one in the house actually also. I actually got one in my truck and my wife's truck. Alright. If you want something even a little smaller, now I keep both the 2-burner stove and this in case I just got to heat up some water or boil something small with me on the road. This is actually a new one I got this past year to replace an older one I had. This is a single burner. It screws right on there. It does not have a self-igniter, so you do have to light it with a match or some kind of sparking device, which is not a big deal. Oh, you can see my reflection right in there. Check that out. That's how new this is. I haven't even used this one yet, but I had an old one that I paid $15 for. Thing lasted me forever. They have since then gone up in price a little bit. I think I paid around, I want to say $20, $22, something like that for this, but totally worth it. So if you don't want to burn a lot of fuel running this, because all you gotta do is heat up a bucket, a little pot of water to cook yourself, some ramen noodle soup or something. This is all you need, and it's great. Again, it runs off the same canister. Now, for light, yes, I keep battery operated lanterns, I keep flashlights, but I also have old school. One of the mantles fell off, which is not a big deal. Mantles are cheap. I keep a whole bunch of extra ones. This is an old school screw-on lantern. They still make these. They still work great. Again, tried and true design. Screws right on the top of here. This slides into a base like this, and then my lantern goes on there, or my stove goes on there. Great little setup to have. This here, I love this thing. I used this past winter actually. This is a little buddy Mr. Heater. This puts out about 5,500 BTUs of heat out of this little unit right here. Okay, check it out. These things are like a little expensive, like $65. Sometimes you catch them on sale, get them for around 50, but anywhere between 50 to $70 depending. You pop your canister into the base, you screw this heater on, boom. And not only is it 5,500 BTUs out of a little sucker, you also get between 4 and 5 hours worth of heat out of this off a single tank, which is great. Again, if you're going to use something like this, I keep this to keep inside the BOV, because as you take a look, I got the cap on here. So if I gotta have camp out, or for whatever reason I can't sleep in the cab, I gotta come back here. Whole family got to snuggle together. I can use this. However, anytime this is indoor safe, all of you people out there need to make sure you know that if you're going to use any type of propane heater indoors, or any type of gas heater indoors, you have to crack windows, as silly as that sounds, because you want to keep fresh oxygen going in and not carbon monoxide building up and knocking you the hell out, unconscious or dead. Same thing if you're using a propane lantern. I'm not telling them, and the stoves, all that same concept. Anytime you're burning any type of gas indoors, they're not recommended to use indoors. But you can, just got to be smart, use your head, open windows, open doors, get the fresh air in there. Again, benefits, yeah, benefits. You get one fuel works all these items, and propane also works other things. I also have a propane torch that I keep on this when I need to do soldering and stuff like that when I'm working with my plumbing stuff, but I keep the torch in the truck also. I don't have it out right now because it comes in handy for certain things in the winter time. Look at all this stuff that works. They got 4 items right there. Cooking, lighting, and heat all run off the same system. So you can get propane canisters anywhere. You can get the thin ones that they use. Us guys in the construction trades tend to use the thin ones because it's a little easier to work with when you're doing plumbing and stuff. They work. These will work with that also. Not as stable on these two things, right? Because they don't fit into the base, but they'll work. And everything fits into a nice one container into the BOV. And I got everything I need in an SHTF scenario right there to cook, keep myself warm, and keep myself light. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys where this all packs up and goes in the truck. Alright, so all that packs into this one tub here. And with the rest of my BOV setup stuff, works out perfectly. So I got that all situated right in there. I also have the cooking utensils and my pots and all that stuff in here as well. But that's all right in there. Like I said, I do keep battery operated lanterns and things like that in there, but that's a video for another time. And hey, you can't beat propane when it comes to this. Now, depending on your climate, of course, you got to monitor what you have. Some fuels work better in different weather conditions, such as butane and so forth. But for the most part, propane cylinder setup, like I got going on here, I think is one of the best setups that the average person can get. It's affordable, it's reasonable, it's easy to find. The fuel's easy to find for SHTF. Alright everybody, hopefully that was a little good information. Hope you guys learned something. Let me know below if you what you think. You think there's anything I can add? You think there's anything you would add? Let me know. Maybe chime in about what your setup is. I would love to see a video on what you guys keep in your BOV for a cooking setup. So, if you have a one fuel multi-item setup like I got. Alright everybody, have a great day. I'm still trying to get these videos out in between of my packing here, so tolerate the 8 minutes. If you did, terrific. If not, I don't blame you. Everybody stay safe, stay strong, have a good one.